1997. This is not just a Michigan State has been my dream job since 1997. This is not just another opportunity for me and for us in East Lansing. This is a dream come true. Okay, and we need to make it work. Our fans, our alums, 550,000 plus living alumni, our former players of Spartan Dog, they deserve winning football, the brand of football that they expect, tough, physical, relentless. That's what our fans deserve. That's what Spartan football is all about, and it's my job, okay, to get that done.
Yeah. It sounded good. It sounded good for the short time that it lasted. And you know what? Tonight, I'm not even going with no intro music. Let me go ahead and get this bed up underneath my voice because it's time to kick it. We're going to talk about Mel Tucker. Dude, we're going to talk about Mel Tucker. From what I know, he is now the former head coach of Michigan State University. I heard that he was suspended without pay, but now there's been a couple things that have come out that have solidified he's gone. Melvin Gene Tucker II is no longer the Michigan State football head coach. That's incredible to me. That's incredible to me. I mean, I knew he was having some problems. I knew he lost a bunch of players. But it's absolutely an embarrassment to Michigan State University. But I'm going to go one step further, Nicole. It's not only an embarrassment to Michigan State University, it's an embarrassment to Black America. All the flack, all the static that they trying to throw at Brother Dion, that they tried to throw at Brother Dion for leaving Jackson State University and moving on to Colorado University, I don't believe in my wildest nightmares that Dion would ever fall victim and embarrass Black America the way Melvin Gene Tucker II has. I mean, I'm hot. I'm actually hot, but because I'm hot, I'm gonna be petty and I'm gonna take my frustrations out because I supported this brother. I supported him. I know because I am a Michigan fan. I am a true blue Michigan football fan. Ain't no point in me hiding it. Yes, I am a Michigan fan. I am a homer. I truly believe in the maize and blue. Win, lose, or draw. I am from the Deuce, so that's who I represent. But when this man got the job, I said I was going to support him because I've supported every Black coach that Michigan State has had. And I support a lot of the players. The only time I don't support Michigan State is when they play in Michigan. I want them to beat everybody except Michigan. I want them to look good against everybody except Michigan. But where I am now, Mel Tucker has ruined it for me. He's ruined it. I mean, when you look at the number, let me just put it all the way up there. $95 million. $95 million. 6 zeros. I started this stream at 9:05 just to represent the 95. I could have started it at 9:50, but I might have been a little bit more tired. My energies right now is where it needs to be. So we're going to go with the 9:05, $95 million. What is his family thinking right now? This fool just blew $95 million. And I am in a situation right now to where I have no flex on Tuck. I'm even going to use an old Luke song because I know what it said, but we going to change the lyric right now. Tuck be coming, 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 Tuck be coming. Yeah! We're going to run that back. Tuck be coming, 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 Tuck be coming. Yeah! I have no flex on this fool. Get that right, John Henry. That's not Cap be coming. That's Tuck be coming. That's Tuck be coming. You right, Kenny. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I seem to remember having a conversation with you, Kenny, about the money that they gave him so early on. After he had that 11-2 season, they gave him that money. They gave him that 95 milli. It was crazy to me. It didn't seem like he had did enough. He put enough time in to get that 95 million, but good Lord. I guess he did put the time in. Yeah, it was crazy to give him all that bread. But after an 11-2 season, after having 6 subpar seasons, they said, you know what? Let's give him the bread. Maybe the bread can cure him. Nah. What'd you say, John Henry? Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming. What's up, Free? What's up? The Villager on Deck is in the house, AKA Petty Murphy, AKA Petty Cinder Ass. We on it now. Before the 11-win season, he was a head coach for 2 years with the losing record. Yes. Before that, he was at Colorado University, but he's not at Colorado anymore, left there to double his money in Michigan. Is Colorado a casino state? Because what he did was he came to a casino state. He was one of the only coaches I ever seen take a job and then take another job a year later and double his money. What did they see at MSU that Colorado didn't see to where they let him double his money? Then 2 years later, give him $95 million. Yeah, man. Yeah, appreciate you, Free. Yeah, he left Colorado for a better phone plan. You know, you can't get no good signal up there in the mountains. You can't get a good signal up there in the mountains. Mel didn't like being up there in the mountains like that. He was like, look, I got T-Mobile. I'm not getting Verizon. I know Verizon will give me a better plan. Michigan State said, look, we'll double your money and give you a Verizon plan. And then Tuck just said, hey, Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming. Yeah, they done got the wrong motherfucker on this. I hope all the kids are in bed now. Because right now, I'm just being light with it. But we about to read. Oh, yeah, we going to read tonight. I know most of y'all have read it, but for the people who have not read the article that literally has the smoking gun in there. I mean, there's literally a smoking gun. And this fool... I've laid out 3 scenarios. And I'm going to talk about them in a minute. But this fool, I've never seen any situation play out like this, especially after all that wholesome shit. He been talking all that wholesome shit. Let me. I got a couple of drops here from Mel. Hold on a second. Here it is. Here. Now let's start with this. Do we go here? Yeah, that was his dream job. He had his dream job. This is Tuck describing Michigan State.
When you think about Michigan State, football, you think of tough, hard-nosed, physical, That's what Michigan State football is all about. Rugged, lunch pail. It's a working program. It's for the people. It's for the fans. There's a certain brand of football that's expected at Michigan State. We recruit to it. We coach to it. That's our culture. That's what we have to look forward to this fall.
Oh, Tucker. Oh, Tucker. He sounded so wholesome. He sounded so wholesome. Like he really was. I mean, you know, and then there's a situation. There's a situation that he had that side of him, but then he had another side of him. And I like the way he was able to turn that switch on and off. And I believed in that switch. I believed in that switch. You think about boxes of Kleenex. Kleenex and lotion. But he turned it on, man. He turned it on, and maybe this is how he wowed Michigan State.
Out there that we can't get done. Offense, defense, and special teams. We have a better football team. Okay? All we gotta do is go out there and play. You play for the guy next to you. You play for your coaches. You play for yourself. That's what we need to see right now.
See, he could get into character so quick. He could get into character so quick. And he probably was so believable to Michigan State because Michigan State was looking for something, right? I mean, they lost D'Antonio, you know, now a legend up there in East Lansing. They lost him. I still never got the full story on that. I believe there was some scandal there, but I never really got the full story on that. It don't even matter, don't even care, because they bringing him back. They bringing D'Antonio back for an undefined role. Yeah, okay. He gonna be calling the plays from somewhere else. He gonna be sending the plays in somewhere else. And somebody gonna be the interim head coach, and D'Antonio really gonna be running it. He just can't be on the sidelines. There's probably something that says he can't be a coach no more, but he could probably be a consultant or something. But yeah, D'Antonio is in it. He back in play. But oh, Tucker. Oh, Tucker. I have no flex for this fool, man. I have no flex for him. To fall into the trap. The trap, the crazy thing, he fell into the trap with the person that he was bringing in to talk to his players about not falling into the trap. How does the coach fall into the trap with the person who he brings in to talk about not falling into the trap with his players? Something ain't right here, man. Something ain't right. Like I said, I got some theories, and I don't want to blow out no conspiracies, but I believe there's more at play here. And I'm definitely not going to blame the alleged victim. I don't believe, from what I've seen, that there was anything sinister at play to the where she's faking this, because Tuck done already admitted. Tuck done already admitted to coming. So Tuck coming, or Tuck came. That's why we did this stream thing. Yeah, Tuck not coming no more. Tuck not coming no more. But Tuck came. He admitted it. Oh yeah, he admitted it. So we've got this scenario. Let me get this up here real quick. Yeah, Tuck he really fucked up the church's money. He really fucked up the church's money. And I guess this article came out early in the day. Then it was updated later in the evening. Because he was really just suspended without pay at first. But now, Tuck gone. Tuck has come and gone. Okay? That's where it's at now. Okay, he came and he went. Okay? So it is what it is. With that being said, we're in this situation. Michigan State football coach Mel Tucker accused of sexually harassing rape survivor. Dude, they put an apple in his mouth right with the headline. The headline put an apple in his mouth. Brenda Tracy, a prominent rape survivor and activist, a prominent rape survivor. You see how they played him right here? And he deserves every bit of it because his ass shouldn't have been in this position. Or the position he was in laying in that bed on that phone, grunting and groaning. Says Mel Tucker made sexual comments and masturbated without consent. Masturbated without consent during a phone call. Her complaint led to an ongoing Title IX investigation. But there's so much in between this. But just let's break down a little bit. 2 years ago, one of the nation's star college football coaches and a prominent rape survivor teamed up to fight the culture of sexual violence in sports. I mean, they are cooking his goose right here in the bylines. Their partnership should have been a force for good. Instead, it has dissolved into scandal with the activists accusing the coach of the same misconduct that both of them preached against. Boy, I tell you, Mel be lucky to find another coaching job. The accused is Mel Tucker, Melvin Gene Tucker II, the head coach of Michigan State University and one of the highest paid coaches, not in football, not in college football, in all of sports. Mel Tucker was one of the highest paid coaches in all of sports. And he's blown it. It's all over. Accusing him is Brenda Tracy, a rape survivor who has made educating athletes about sexual violence her life's work. And I commend her for that. I commend her for her life's work. I am definitely not going to throw any shade on what she's doing because from what I know, she went through some stuff. Over 8 months, they developed a professional relationship centered on her advocacy work. Tucker invited Tracy to campus 3 times, twice to speak to his players and staff, and once to be recognized as an honorary captain at the team's football game in the spring. I backwards read that because I already knew what it was. But their relationship was upended during a phone call on April 28th, 2022. Now, that's just over a year ago. So they knew, somebody knew about this. They just ain't said nothing. Tracy says in a complaint she filed with the Title IX, with university's Title IX office in December, that remains under investigation. Well, I don't know. I think the investigation over if they done fired him. According to her complaint, Tracy sat frozen for several minutes while Tucker made sexual comments about her and masturbated. She sat several minutes. Why didn't she hang up the phone? You got Mel on the phone grunting and groaning and slapping his meat. Why didn't she hang up the phone? His violation, she said, reopened a 25-year wound from her rape by 4 men, 2 Oregon State University football players, a junior college player, and a high school recruit. The idea that someone could know me and say they understand my trauma, then re-inflict that trauma on me is so disgusting to me. It's hard for me to even wrap my mind around it, she told USA Today. It's like he sought me out just to betray me. Oh, dog, she cooking his goose. I mean, she turning the skewer on this fool. She is literally turning the skewer on this fool. I do too, man. I do too. But I believe somebody knew something before this weekend. I want to know why she sat there on the phone. I believe that she recorded the phone call personally. And he was so out there, literally and figuratively, he probably didn't even know. They was known to FaceTime. I wonder if she got the dude on FaceTime. Abuse of power comes in so many forms. This one, some men in power abuse whatever they can. And I believe that's what he did. I don't think if Mel was an up-and-coming assistant coach that he would have tried to do this. I think he used the clout. I think he used that 95 milli contract. And he used the ability to be able to put her in play with her platform and tried to make his move that way. I truly do. In statements to the Title IX investigator, Tucker acknowledged masturbating on the call. Oh no, Mel. You admitted it, you big dummy. Is your name Mel Tucker or Lamont Sanford? But Tracy grossly mischaracterized the episode. According to him, they had consensual phone sex. All right. And see, this is where the rubber doesn't quite meet the road. She says she sat silent. He says they had consensual phone sex. So somebody lying here. Miss Tracy's distortion of our mutually consensual and intimate relationship into allegations of sexual exploitation has really affected me, Tucker wrote in a March 22nd letter to the investigator. I am not proud of my judgment, and I am having difficulty forgiving myself, as you should, Melvin. Melvin, you should be just so unforgiving to yourself. You just blew $95 million for a few minutes on the phone with somebody who says that it was not consensual. $95 million, dog. $95 million. Damn, Mel. I am having difficulty forgiving myself for getting into this situation, but I did not engage in misconduct by any definition. Yes, you did, Mel. See, this is what I don't understand with these dudes. He doesn't look at what he did as misconduct because he thinks, or he's saying it's consensual. Even if it was consensual, nigga, you married. You married. How come you didn't get on the phone with your wife, dog? How come you didn't have your wife talk dirty to you and you could have kept all 95 million intact? You brought in somebody who's been traumatized by sexual violence. Ah, man. Allegedly. Michigan State hired an outside Title IX attorney to investigate the complaint. She finished her investigation in July. A formal hearing to determine whether Tucker violated the school's policy banning sexual harassment and exploitation is scheduled for October 5th and 6th. Why? They done fired him. Shit, he gone. What do they need to do that for? He gone. He's never going to coach again. Why? During the Spartans' bye week. See, that's what that greasy shit is. How you going to schedule a hearing during his bye week just in case? No, something else done leaked out. Because if they had this hearing set for then and he's gotten fired on the 10th of September, something else done dropped. We just don't know about it yet. We just don't know about it yet. Cheaper to go to the, yeah. I mean, he could have went to any strip club. He could have went to any strip club with a couple C notes and been like, look, I need you to handle this. I need you to handle this. I'm backed up like traffic. And they'd have took care of Mel. He could have went to a strip club, man. Why did he need to do this? He could have went and got him a massage. He could have did a whole lot. He's a disgusting loser, but this smells of a rat. He was weak, dude, and was thinking with the other head. Cheaters never win. Got that right. And they tend to lose $95 million. The stakes are high for everyone. Yeah, they were high for Mel, not anymore. Tracy says Tucker is following through on a threat to ruin her career and reputation by painting her as a woman who mixes professional and personal relationships and files false reports. She fears he will undo her legacy. See, this is where I'm a little concerned, because she shouldn't even be worried about that. She should be worried, or not really worried, but more concerned about her sanctity, not her legacy as a motivational speaker about sexual violence on women. So I was a little leery on that. Tucker, who signed one of the most lucrative contracts in college sports history, 2 years ago, could lose out on the roughly $80 million he's owed if Michigan State fires him for cause. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. He can lose this money if they fire him for cause, which will be stunning, which will be a stunning fall from the elite ranks of the college coaches. So you got to understand, there's going to be ramifications for Tuck coming. Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming, Tuck be coming. Yeah, dog. No flex. Tuck be coming. Reached by USA Today on his cell phone Saturday night, Tucker hung up after the reporter mentioned the case. Oh, gotta go. See, Mel, now you got the hang of it. You should have hung up on April 28th, 2022. When she said she didn't want to partake in your phone call, you should have hung up then. Hanging up on that USA Today reporter, you just a phone call too late. Hours after USA Today published its investigation, the university suspended Tucker without pay. See? They already had the wheels turning on Mel. The big wheels were already turning on Mel, pending a resolution of the Title IX case. This step, suspending Mel Tucker without pay, is necessary, appropriate for today's circumstances, interim president Teresa Woodruff said in a Sunday evening press conference. These actions are not taken lightly. Look at Mel. He had that bewildered look on his face. I bet you he's looking really bewildered right now. USA Today typically does not identify people who allege sexual harassment. Tracy agreed to be identified and shared more than 1,200 pages of case document. Man, turn the skewer. Mel is he's getting well done on his belly. Turn him over. Turn him over and push the apple back in his mouth. Title IX, the federal law banning sex discrimination in education, requires schools to investigate allegations of sexual harassment that took place in the context of a school program or activity. Such claims are inherently difficult to adjudicate because of many of the factors at issue in this case. A lack of eyewitnesses and recording, so maybe she didn't record, the passage of time, and the thorniness of litigating consent. Good Lord. Man, I got to get down to where. Okay, let's go here. The meeting. Spartan coach, rape survivor forged professional bond through shared mission. Tracy and Tucker met in August of 2021. During her first visit to Michigan State, a mutual acquaintance introduced them. Standing before a packed auditorium in the Spartans football operations building, Tracy told a gut-wrenching story of turning her pain into purpose 2 decades after filing a police report saying she had been gang raped as a 24-year-old mother of 2. At the end, she challenged the good men in the room to use their privilege and influence to educate themselves and call out bad behavior. Okay, this one, I guess she met the people back in 21. By then, she had delivered versions of the speech more than 100 times at least 40,000 athletes and coaches. Michigan State paid her $10,000 speaking fee. So she was out there getting that bread. She was out there getting that bread, not just at state, but all over the country, man. All over the country. Hey, I'm not gonna go there, Idris. She could be, but you know what? This fool took the bait. This fool took the bait. Mel shouldn't have got his monkey ass on that phone. He should have never took that phone call. What'd you say, Brother Ibrahim? Correction, not taken lightly when you're American free. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You start with 2 strikes, man. When you an American freedman, you start with two strikes. You know going in, you got 2 strikes on you, dog. You don't have another chance here. You mess this up, you out. You up out of here. You already got 2 strikes on you. I don't know why Mel was under the guise that he could get by with having phone sex with somebody who was a rape victim. This ain't got nothing but it's gonna go bad written all over it. He said she wanted him to a sugar. Yeah, I know. I got it in here. Don't jump the shark, bro. I got the same article you got. I'm just casting it. Going to be 100 years before MSU gets another black football coach or another American freedman coach. Yeah, and Rick's still working. You know Rick's still working despite the allegations. Rick's still working. Tuck be coming, tuck be coming, tuck be coming, tuck be coming, tuck be coming. You already know, Sister Cynthia, Dr. Audiemi, there's absolutely some financials going around on here. Yeah, Ibrahim, they have to. What they say, they got to get in front of this. They got to get in front of this. Yeah. Because if they don't get in front of this, well, you don't want to be behind this. Tuck be coming. Telling you, man. This fool really screwed up, dog. He really screwed up. I have absolutely no flex for him right now. But let me read a little bit more. Let me go down a little bit more because we're going to get to that part. And we're going to get to the good part. Get on to the good part. Tucker was in his 2nd season as head coach of former University of Wisconsin-Madison defensive back. Had spent 2 decades coaching. I don't even get past all that, man. Here we go. Landed the top job at University of Colorado. I thought it was Colorado University. Maybe it is University of Colorado. I thought it was CU, not UC. 2018. Michigan State lured him away by doubling his salary. I just want to know who comes up on a bag like that. I don't know what his salary was at Colorado, but either way, Michigan State saw fit to double it and bring him here. What were they thinking? What had he shown them that were they going to double his money? Where can you get your money doubled up at in college football? East Lansing, that's where you can. Mel Tucker's career at Michigan State, a timeline. Tucker and Tracy hit it off immediately. They would both later tell the Title IX investigator. They bonded over their love for Jordan sneakers, shelves of which lined Tucker's office walls. Not anymore. Not anymore. Them shoes coming down. Them shoes coming down. Tucker had been moved by her speech. I bet you were moved, Mel. And she had been a big hit with the players, he told the investigator. They discussed her coming back to the campus in the future. Tracy left East Lansing feeling that she had found a champion in Tucker. She found a champion. She didn't find a champion. She found a champion. She told the investigator he seemed engaged with her cause. Yeah, okay. He was engaged, all right. He was married too, leading his players in signing her pledge to, among other things, obtain ongoing affirmative consent. Wow. That's the pledge, Mel, you signed? Ongoing affirmative consent before engaging in sexual acts with another person. Maybe Mel didn't sign it. Maybe he just had his players sign it. Over the next year, their assistants planned 2 more visits to Michigan State for Tracy. Emails, text messages, and itineraries show the April 22nd spring game, where her and her nonprofit set the expectation, would be honored on the Jumbotron, and a training that July with coaches and players. Now that's what this was. That's what this was. Yeah, because she came and she was an honorary captain at the spring game. At the spring game. Yeah. What'd you say, JG? This happened back December. Why now? They should they should have been acting on this. She hadn't turned it all in. She hadn't turned it all in yet. Mike Hart better not go up to East Lansing. They hate him up there after calling him little brother. I think he the one that started that little brother stuff. You say, Damon, MSU set him up. They wanted that money back. He took the bait. Hey, I think it could be along those lines too. I think it could be a little of both things. I don't know if she was really set on doing it this way, but since she had the proof, I mean, you know, it was kind of like that blue dress in Monica Lewinsky. She had a smoking gun somewhere. Now, I know they say they ain't got no recordings, but there's something that's made them feel like there's some real evidence against Mel. And the fact that he actually admitted to doing what he did, I mean, Tuck admitted to coming. Tuck be coming. Yeah, Tuck admitted it. So that was his first mistake right there. Why would you admit it, fool? Named her honorary captain at the spring game, JG. You hear me? What you say, Idris? Set up sandwich. I ain't never heard that one before. He said set up sandwich. Yeah. Yeah, it's a set up sandwich, all right. Mel Tucker. I mean, you gotta be one. Seriously, you gotta be one of the dumbest motherfuckers in captivity to take this bait. Let me get back to reading some of this. I'm gonna get back to some of them comments. Y'all killing me. Over the next year, their assistants planned 2 more visits. Okay, we did all that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Honorary captain. Yeah. Look at that. During that time, the 2 talked on the phone at least 27 times. Tracy's phone. See, they got her phone records and everything. An average of once every 2 weeks for a half hour. They spoke at night to accommodate their work schedules. Yeah, I bet they did. To accommodate his marriage schedule too. They chatted about their jobs and eventually more personal matters such as their families, mental health, and daily lives. They spoke most frequently in the fall of 2021, while Tucker was leading Michigan State to a 11-2 record on his way to the bag. That 11-2 record is what got him the bag. Its best season in 6 years and negotiating one of the richest contracts of all time. This fool had one of the richest contracts of all time. And he goes out with a bottle of lotion and a box of Kleenex. Damn, Mel. I tell you. Coming. In November, Michigan State signed him to an unprecedented 10-year, $95 million deal that came fully guaranteed. That's why I told you to put a pin in what I said earlier. All the money was Mel's. Fully guaranteed, comma. Even if they fired him for poor performance, That fool could have got fired for losing and still got the whole bag. The only way he could lose out on the money, the contract said, was if he was materially breached it, was convicted of a crime, or engaged in conduct which, in the university's reasonable judgment, would tend to bring public disrespect, contempt, or ridicule on the university. Well, they don't have to pay him. They don't have to pay him. Mel admitted to it. So he just forfeited the rest of the $95 million. So he got 15 out the deal. He gonna lose $80 million. He could have went 0-11 for several seasons, but they was on the hook to pay him the whole 95. But because he wanted to play slapstick, he's gonna lose $80 million. I ain't never had a grunt in the world that would cost me $80 million. I ain't had one in the world that would cost me $8 million. 800,000. 80,000. I've had one that probably cost me about $8,000 though. I don't know. It was around then that Tucker, who had been married for more than 2 decades, started becoming interested in Tracy romantically. They both told the investigator. Whether Tracy reciprocated is where their accounts diverge. Uh-oh, here you go. Here you go. Be coming. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, man, this fool, he's a new kind of fool, too. He's a new kind of fool. I mean, come on, man. She will continue to access lucrative speaking fees from this event. Oh, absolutely. When they stopped calling her for the gig, she got mad. Dog, I'm trying to tell you, I'm not going to blame her. I blame him, though. Mel should have never been on that phone. We got to look at her as an opportunist at all points. I'm not saying that she wasn't a victim in this particular situation, but we got to look at this fool. I'm always going to sweep off my porch before I start talking about somebody else's porch. And Mel messed up here, dog. This is Mel's, what'd you say? Dumbass. Yeah, this is Mel's dumbass. You got all the reputable Ann Arbor brothers in here. Yeah. And probably 3 that ain't gonna say nothing. What's good with your OG Classic? Mental illness is real. Hey, man. Sexual addiction is obviously real too. Dr. Cynthia, do you think there's any direct relations to obesity and sexual predation or predatory behavior, I should say? We need to do a stream about that. They want that money back. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're going to be up there like Bubba. I want my daddy's records. They be like, I want that money back. He's ignorant. He's ignorant. I might have to put my tinfoil cap on this one. Hey, Brother Ibrahim, I hear what you're saying, dog. I hear what you're saying. I already know which angle you're going to come from on this. I'm thinking the same thing, but here's the thing, bro. Mel admitted to doing it. That's my problem. If Mel said it never happened, that's one thing. This fool admitted it. Boy, you don't ever want to commit no crimes with Mel. Mel folded under pressure with the Title IX investigator, and he got an attorney team. Where's his attorneys thinking, man? Don't answer no questions, man. Don't answer no questions till we get an official hearing on this, dog. Did you masturbate on the phone, Mel Tucker? Yeah, I did. Tuck be coming. Tuck be coming. Come on, man. Once he signed that contract, a target was immediately put on his back. He should have known that was instantly time to move differently. Like I said, Brother Elder Sam Riddle said, who was his advisors, man? Who was his advisors? You got to wonder, who was his advisors? 80 mil, he ain't even getting, no, man. So I'm trying to say, dog, he went out with some lotion and some Kleenex. I mean, come on, man. You can't even say that the cakes cost you 80 million. You didn't even get the cakes, dog. His wife should have been taking care of him. Hey, he said he was like single, like they must have been estranged or something, you know? They must have been estranged or something. Who knows? I don't know. And his wife's a lawyer too. So he cooked in the divorce too. He cooked in the divorce. His wife's a lawyer. All his lawyers suck because they allowed him to do this. His advisors, everybody, he needs to fire everybody. He might as well fire everybody. He ain't got no money. So he ain't got no money to pay nobody. They ain't gonna let him be like OJ. OJ went to that whole murder trial, didn't have no money to pay Johnny Cochran and nobody. He's like, thanks, fellas. See you later. Tucker told the investigator that he and Tracy developed a romantic connection and talked openly about it. They frequently made flirtatious comments about each other's looks and bodies. Tucker said Tracy told him she wanted a sugar daddy who would pay her a monthly amount to be his girlfriend. He said, and that she would be all over him if he wasn't married. Hey, man, I don't know what to believe on this one. I have to believe that part of that is possibly true. I mean, I don't think he was thinking quickly on his feet on this interview. So he probably said some truthful things there. Tucker said they had acknowledged their mutual desire for a romance, but agreed it would be too messy. See, this is why I feel like he's speaking from the heart and he's probably speaking truthfully, and the physical distance between them. So she was in Oregon, I believe, and he's in Michigan, of course. So yeah, it wasn't going to work by those, situations. By contrast, Tracy told the investigator that Tucker's romantic interest in her was entirely one-sided. This is where I got a little bit of problem with this. So I got it, Brother Ibrahim. You gonna put your tinfoil kufi on. I got it. This is where, yeah, something ain't right. Now it's making it seem like he's a flat-out predator, dog. And that's why I have to come back on this next paragraph. Tucker messaged her photos of herself that he found on her Instagram page, making comments such as, "This is the one," or complimenting her eyes. Yeah, he wasn't just complimenting her eyes from what we know now. Tracy said Tucker also sent her 2 gifts, a pair of Jordans, so he had to get her shoe size. If she didn't want him sending her no shoes, she wouldn't have gave him her shoe size. And $2. He sent her $2 through Venmo, bam, then put $2,500 on her nonprofit books. Yeah. Not sounding good for you, Tracy. Once Tucker called Tracy via FaceTime, he was in bed shirtless. Yeah, okay. That's all we know. He might have been full Monty with it. He talked about his unhappy marriage, describing himself as more or less single. Then during the November 9th, 2021 call, she said he asked her if I wanted a football coach, wasn't a football coach, and I wasn't married, would you date me? Tracy said she responded that she would not because they work together. See, there's just some shit that just does not sound all the way correct here. It does not sound all the way correct here. That's why I was like, I can't really ride with her on this. You said you wanted a sugar daddy. America, what you say? America is promoting sexual liberation in the Me Too era. It's premeditated suicide for any man that indulges. Yeah. Dumb, man. Just flat out dumb. He said that fool. Total simp shit, dog. Total simp shit. You sending Jordans and $2 through Venmo, putting $2,500 on her nonprofit books after you getting her to gigs at $10,000 a pop, nigga, you simping. Simping ain't easy, but somebody had to do it, right, Mel? Right, Melvin? Coming. Stop writing them long ass books, Damon. She was all in, but his phone sex game was too rough for her, and it took her back to that trauma when she was violated. Her rape was physical in person, and she could have hung up that phone anytime. Dog, I'm trying to say, if he was breathing heavy on the phone, and we about to get to that part, if he was breathing heavy on that phone, dog, for real, why didn't she just release that call, man? Why didn't she just hit off? She said she made it clear to Tucker on December 1st that they would only be friends, and he seemed to agree. Yeah, he seemed to agree. Then, after the spring, next paragraph, he seemed to agree. Then, after the spring game, Tucker called her 4 times, phone records show. Tracy said he repeatedly asked to meet her alone without her assistant, and even suggested he slip into her hotel through a back door so no one would see him. Nigga, you the Michigan State head coach on Michigan State's campus. Who's not gonna know who you are? She said no. Man, she got Mel out here looking bad, dog. 12 days later came the call. Tracy was in her home office in Oregon. Tucker was in a hotel in Florida. Called her at 12:39 a.m. Phone records show that call lasted 36 minutes. You hear me? 36 minutes. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. If shit got greasy, she had plenty of time to cut that phone call short. According to Tucker, he became aroused when Tracy made a comment about needing to hit the gym to look better without clothes on. So why would she make that type of statement? You already know what he's on. You already know he's trying to get at you, something fierce. Why would you make this statement of, I need to hit the gym so I can look better without clothes on? Man, Ibrahim, you don't need no tinfoil kufi on this. You don't need no tinfoil kufi on this. This is flat out. This is flat out. You said auger daddy payments. y'all cooking him worse than I'm cooking him. So let me just go right down here. This is what I've been saying. They've got a smoking gun, but at the beginning of the article, it said that there was no recordings. But there's got to be something. There's got to be some viable proof. There's got to be some viable proof. She should have hung up that phone, man. She should have hung up that phone. Yeah, man. Yeah. She sat back with some Cabernet, listening to some Cardi B, and was like, man, shit. 10,000 per speaking engagements. I'm about to break the bank. I'm about to break the bank. Yeah. Cardi B got her gassed up. Cardi B got her gassed up. So here we go, y'all. According to Tucker, he became aroused when Tracy made a comment about needing to hit the gym to look better without her clothes on. Then they discussed how having phone sex could complicate their relationship. How's that gonna complicate the relationship? First it was physical, now it's just phone. And both of y'all backed up, both of y'all talking shit, do your thing. He said, but Tracy suggested once would be harmless and agreed. See, something is wrong here, man. Something is wrong here. He's saying she said yes, and she's saying he said let's do it, and she said no. Unequivocally, there's no doubt about it, Tucker told the investigator. Case documents show. She was the one who said, we'll do it. And this is the official records here. Respondent explained that his calendar reflected that he had been in Florida on April 28th for a charity non-university golf outing, but that he thought he flew back to Michigan prior to the call. See, this is where he might have got him fired. How you not know you busted off, Mel, when you was on the phone with her? How you not know whether you was in Florida or Michigan? And don't say her phone sex game was so crazy, because she said she didn't say nothing. She said it was just you. Initially addressing the claimant's allegations relate to the phone call, which respondent said he was aware from the complaint. Respondent described claimant's allegations that the call included sexual activity without consent as a lie. Respondent explained that he does not like to call people a liar unless it's because it's a harsh allegation, but that is a lie. Man, you know what? You better stop being friendly, nigga. You better get to cut liar, 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 lies. Tracy denies all of that. The call started off normal, she said, but when she sent Tucker a photo of them together from the spring game, she said he responded by commenting on her buttocks, calling himself an ass man. Okay, once again, this is where you don't need the tinfoil kufi, Ibrahim, because you trying to tell me that's the first time that Mel Tucker said he was an ass man to her if they've already had flirtatious conversations? That type of dialogue comes out early on. Once you know you got a willing participant in the game, he let that off already. He done made a comment about her booty already. It didn't happen on that phone call. She's full of shit on this one. I have to call it. She's full of shit. She remembered Tucker's voice getting deeper and weirder and continued talking about her buttocks. Oh, man. Drop me coming. She asked him what she was doing. And he said he had a hard man, come on, dog, and was touching himself. She said, you're touching yourself. See, this is some bullshit here. This is some bullshit. Because that's not the response you give. You touching yourself? No. Once he said he had a hard click, 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 it should have been like, you got a hard click. There should have been no more conversation after that. It should have been no more conversation after that. Okay? Believe all women. Boy, that fool, and she collecting a bag out here. She collecting a bag out here with this GoFundMe. And making brothers look bad. Well, she ain't making them look bad now. She's been exposed. Regardless of what she said, he was a fool to fall into this trap. This is some elementary level scheme. It is. It really is. Dr. Cynthia, you just flabbergasted. You just flabbergasted. It sounds like she recorded the call in a state that's illegal to do so. Hence the evidence that's being used while you know what? I know that Michigan is what they call a one recording state or something like that, one something, but Oregon might not be able to, so it might not be admissible. So something's wrong there. What'd you say, Easy Win? What is this? Stay tuned. If you don't know what this is, you about to find out, Easy Win. If she was so turned off with him, why continue the phone conversations with him? This is what I'm trying to say. And I think this was really the last phone conversation. I mean, I think they talked again. They might have talked again. Yeah, they did talk again. That was when he basically was telling her she was cut off. Okay, there you go. Thanks for the information. It's illegal to record phone calls in Oregon without parties' consent. That's why it's not admissible in this. But somebody heard the call and they heard. Tuck me coming, 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 tuck me coming. They heard enough. It's like, we need to call Mel in. They heard it. They heard it, and they said, we need to call Mel in here. Get Mel in here. Get Mel on the phone. Get Mel on the phone. Yeah. This fool, man. In her interview, claimant became extremely tearful to the point of sobbing. Okay, here we go. Describing that this portion of the party's encounter. Claimant could hear respondent masturbating, including every stroke. This fool, she could hear the noise of some kind of lubricant being used. Claimant said it was so loud and gross. Oh my God. She could hear respondent moaning and groaning. Claimant kind of froze in the moment at first. Yeah, she had to hit record. Claimant thought to herself, oh my God, this is happening and I can't stop it. Girl, you in Oregon, he's in East Lansing. What are you talking about? It's going to happen whether I like it or not. Oh my God. Claimant was trying to figure out what to do. Bitch, hang up the phone. What are you talking about? I'm just about sick of her. Click. What do you say, JG? Click. She said it was loud and gross. Free? Come on, man. Oh, that's right. He was in Florida. He didn't know if he was in Florida or Michigan. I forgot. Boy, that must have been some good lotion. What kind of lotion is that? Is that Jergens? That must be Jergens. Now called Jerkins. There's some money in every minute she recorded. I'm trying to tell you, dog. She recorded this. And who knows, it might have been a FaceTime. Well, at least way to find the bright spot in this, D-Jakes. D-Jakes found a bright spot. At least he walking away light. At least he walking away light. Yeah. Man. Oh man, this fool, $80 million. For real, dog? $80 million. He had stroke amnesia. Free, she said it was loud and gross. She said it was loud and gross. She could hear it through the phone. She could hear every stroke. Man, here I'm calling Nate Dogg on this one.
Hold up.
I'm calling Nick. You know, you heard every stroke, girl.
Hold up.
Man, what's going on here? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Who says that in the interview? I heard every stroke. I heard every stroke. Nate Dogg, hit me. Come on, Nate.
Hold up.
Look, man. Look. See, and here's the thing. They're not even paying attention to her at this point. This is all on Mel. This is all on Mel. Yeah. I mean, you know, hold up. So, Let me read on a little bit further, man, because this is just nutty to me. No pun intended. Keep thinking over and over that she has to say something and that she can't let this happen again, referring to the prior experience of being a victim, survivor of sexual assault. Tracy said she thought to herself, oh my God, this is happening and I can't stop it. In the moment, she said it didn't occur to her to just hang up.
Hold up.
You didn't think about hanging up?
Hold up.
You didn't think about just putting the phone down?
Hold up.
Girl, yeah, you couldn't hang up because you had the phone up to your ear and you had the other hand.
Hold up.
So I don't know if it was just Tuck in there coming. Was somebody else? Be coming. Girl, bye. When he finished, Tracy said Tucker told her, thank you, good night. Look, man. Look, I don't even want to be on here no more. I don't even want to be on here no more. I really want to cut the stream. I want to cut the stream off now. I got tears in my eyes. I don't want to be on here anymore. This is not I'm not built for this. When he finished, Tracy said Tucker told her, thank you, good night, sweetheart. She responded, yeah, and hung up. Oh, this is just it's a joke to me. It's a joke to me, because real shit. How many opportunities do we get to this type of point? Power 5 school, top program, been a great program for most of this century. Back into the 90s. And this fool gets $95 million, one of the biggest contracts ever in sports history. And you go out with a jerk sock and some lotion. What'd you say, Ibrahim? You say it sounds like a fair exchange.
Hold up.
Hold up, Ibrahim. We got sour grapes in the room, David. We got sour grapes in the room. He's like, I got mine. You better get yours. Thank you. Why Tug do Russell Simmons on her? Thank you for coming out. God bless and good night. She said when he finished, she said, thank you, good night. I'm done. Look, man. I'm upset. This is why I'm being as petty as I'm being. I'm upset. We do not get opportunities like this. We absolutely do not get opportunities like this. And this fool squandered it. He squandered it. He let his hormones get the best of his ass. Mel, 51 years old. He's just a couple years younger than me, man. He ain't no kid. He ain't no 25, 30-year-old kid. Hormones still raging like that. Well, obviously his hormones are still raging. I mean, goddamn. If you in a hotel room, Mel, turn the TV on. Every hotel room got porn in it. Turn the TV on, man. Pay the $9.95 or $14.95 or $29.95, whatever level you want to see. Good Lord. You really did this, dog? You just cost your family $80 million. Here we out here on a daily basis, putting it in people's ear, putting it in people's faces, saying it with our chest. Repair, recompense, redress, reparations, fighting for what we are rightfully owed. Here you earned a $95 million signing. I just don't know what to say other than to be fucking petty. I don't care. There you go. He could not even control his autonomic nervous system. And I know most of y'all didn't see the video earlier with me and Dr. Audiemi about the autonomic nervous system. And we talked about how it can directly affect your sexual arousal. Man, male, damn. I mean, come on, dog. I'm so done with Mel. And I'm just gonna be petty until petty can't be petty no more. So when he finished, Tracy said Tucker told her, "Thank you, good night, sweetheart." And she responded, "Yeah," and hung up. And he hung up, sorry. Mel was probably already hung up. As soon as he said sweetheart, that was probably click for him. Then she sat at her desk for a while, stared at her phone, crying. Come on, man. That extra layer of frosting right there she put on it. I just looked at my phone in disbelief. I looked at that 36 minutes that we spent on the phone as I heard him slapping his eggplant ever so harshly. I could hear that lubricant that he was using over and over and over. And as I sat there in disbelief, dog. 3 months passed between the call and the next time Tracy and Tucker spoke. At first, Tracy tried to pretend to herself that nothing had happened. See, this is some bullshit, dog. It's some bullshit. Her partnership with the school was paramount and she focused on that. Yeah, we know. Getting that bag was paramount. Tucker, however, was not responding to her text messages. This is where he simped out. He did not play this like a player. Mel did not play this like a player. He should have played this like a player. He played this like a scared rabbit. Wasn't responding to her text messages, and he abruptly canceled her in-person training. Man, I'd have gave her all that. I'd have let all that take place. Let that take place, and you just be out of town when she comes in town. She knows the lay of the land. You don't need to be there no more. Let her come in, get her bag, let her leave and go. A team staffer told her that they had been double booked, but Tracy believed she knew the real reason. See, this is where he simped out right here, y'all. Let me come up real quick. This is where he simped out. He should have let her come in and get her bag, okay? I mean, he had did his thing, and they had obviously, you know, whatever. But he let her come get her money, let her fulfill her obligation. I think there was supposed to be 3 times she was coming in. Let her fulfill all that, and then don't renew her contract. Then you have nothing at that point. But see, killing her deal, he shortened up her bag. That's when she started talking. She wasn't talking to the people before Mel shut her bag off. So that's where the real issue is here. This is where I'm saying, I'm not saying that Mel isn't, or that Mel is innocent, but there's some other play here. And I'm not saying that she wasn't victimized, but there's another play. She wanted all, dog. 10,000 ain't shit when you can get millions. She can get millions from Michigan State. She can get millions. After all, they got 80 million they can play with now.
Hold up. Hold up.
Yeah, they got 80 million they can mess with now. Things was a little tight for a minute, but now they know they got 80 million they can play with. She might come get 40 million of that. She might be like, you know, I'll take 40. I'll take half of what Mel was gonna get. And you ain't never got to see me again. I'll take 40, especially since she is a rape survivor and this is what she was coming for. She can say like, look, I'm not going to do this circuit no more. I'm going to have to retire because my anxiety, punitive damages, bam, 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 40 million. I'll take it. They may just be, just give her what she wants, man. Because this fool is documented some way, somehow. He's documented. He wouldn't have gave up that admission that easily. He just wouldn't have. It's documented, man. She got it, and they can't use it in court, but it's proof enough. You know what Tuck don't want? Tuck don't want that FaceTime or phone recording to get loose. Don't let TMZ get that recording, because he'll never coach again on any level. He'll never coach again on any level. I don't think he's gonna coach again anyway. I think he's done. I think he just messed himself up. Yeah, I think he's done. But let's see here. When Tracy finally got Tucker on the phone about a week later, he was angry and said she said accusing her and her assistant of gossiping about his marital problems. See, simp shit, dog. Simp shit. And even if they were, man, that's women. That's women. They're gonna talk. So now you mad about what they talking about? What about you and the sock and the lotion, dog? Mr. Kleenex. Tracy recalled that Tucker made comments such as, I can't trust you. If you say anything about this, I'll hear about it and I'll be fine. It's just you that I'm worried about. She viewed this as a threat to destroy her reputation if she spoke out about him. Tucker at one point told her he had done nothing wrong. This is where I'm at a loss. If he let them words come out his mouth, he's delusional. Delusional. According to Tracy, she started out to say, well, something, referring to his masturbation. And Tucker interrupted saying, but nothing happened. Something happened, Mel. Something happened. You said thank you. Why'd you say thank you at the end if something didn't happen? Something happened. Come on, man. Why you not going to admit that? He told the investigator that Tracy apologized to him for discussing his marriage with her assistant, and he accepted. Although they ended the call on good terms and discussed postponing her visit until next year. Tucker said he had lost trust in Tracy. Then why are you letting her come back next year? Why are you letting her come back next year if you lost your trust in her? See, something ain't right here in the milk. Something ain't right in the milk. The training was never rescheduled and they never spoke again. Tracy initially stayed quiet about Tucker for the sake of her career, she said. Ultimately, she decided that if she let it slide, she wouldn't be the person she claimed to be, the one who encouraged people to speak up about sexual misconduct and hold others accountable. Excuse me. There you go. There you go, right there. She filed her complaint in December, 8 months after the call. In dry and bureaucratic language, the record of the complaint begins. The specific allegations of prohibited conduct against respondent are as follows. Wow. She went all legitimate with it. Start speaking the King's English. Absolutely. Absolutely. She'll get the bag. She'll get the bag. I'm trying to tell you, brother Idris, they need to just flip Mel over to the side and stuff that apple back in his mouth, because he's pretty well cooked. He's pretty well done. Yeah, he's pretty well done. Sure is. So, get past all the legal jargon. Tucker was absolutely shocked. He would tell the university's investigator. In a subsequent correspondence, he and his attorney suggested Tracy's motive. She held a vendetta against the Spartan Athletic because of its history of sexual misconduct scandals and falsely accused him for financial gain. No, she held a vendetta against you, dummy. She held a vendetta against you. You cut her bread off. She hadn't said nothing until you cut her bread off. This is plain to see here. I don't care what type of motive she might have had, but once you cut that bag off, she looked at that money that she was going to lose and potential referrals that she would get from that, and that's when she took y'all. Mel needs to stop fooling himself here, man. To say that I've learned from this situation is an understatement, Tucker wrote in a letter to the investigator on March 22nd. I will never again allow myself to be duped by kindness. You got that right. You ain't got to worry about it. You can get duped all day. You know what? You can be in as many hotels you want. Don't nobody care. Be coming. Dog, you pack as much lotion, as much Kleenex as you want. I don't believe that anybody will care from this point on. So it got crazy for me down here at the end. It didn't get weird. Tracy provided phone bills and emails that corroborated her timeline of events and showed Tucker had been calling her from his personal cell phone. Although Wiedlinger had interviewed all of Tracy's 6 witnesses before the end of January, Tucker didn't agree to be interviewed until late March. In the intervening weeks, he and his attorney, Jennifer Beville, tried to stop the investigation. Tracy said Beville twice contacted her attorney proposing a settlement agreement. Look at this fool. Look at this fool. Tucker and Beville also urged Michigan State to drop Tracy's complaint. In January, they sent a 12-page letter to the school. Ain't that a song? 12-page letter? To the school arguing its lack jurisdiction to investigate Tucker's purely personal relationship with Tracy. What made it so purely personal, fool? She wouldn't have been talking to you if you hadn't have been the coach. You wouldn't have been talking to her if she hadn't have been a contracted employee. That ain't purely personal. Purely personal sounds like that lubricant you use at night, boy. You a dumbass boy. Can an employee never have phone sex? Sokolov had said. Who is Sokolov? The later commissioned Brett Sokolov, board chairman and founder of the Association of Title IX Administrators, to write an expert witness report, whatever. How far does MSU intend to go in policing the private conduct of its employees, and how does it expect 20,000+ employees to react when they find out that they no longer have private lives outside the reach of their employer? Man, there's so many layers to this. He taking the wrong route with this one, bro. You about to cost state more money. You need to shut it up, Sokolov. You need to shut it up. Brother Brian, what's going on with you? Black men cannot play these games with money-hungry females. Absolutely, Doc. He ain't just fired. Got to wash his hands before he go back to... Please wash hands before returning to work, Mel. Ain't nobody going to shake Mel's hand now. Everybody gonna look at Mel's hand like, come on, man. Everybody gonna have to fist bump Mel. Mel ain't gonna get a good handshake from nobody no more. He ain't gonna get a good handshake. He gonna get fist bumps from this on out. Fist bumps and elbow bumps. Michigan State was not persuaded. Alleged conduct would be covered by school policy. It concluded because it took place in the context of Tracy's work. There you go. As a vendor for the school and affected their ongoing business relationship, the case would go forward. That's when them people was out there with Nassar. I remember this picture. That's when them people was out there about Nassar. Yeah. The findings. Records refute Tucker's story. See, he lied. He lied. I didn't read a lot of this part. I didn't read a lot of this part. He lied, see? Refutes his story. Tucker's cook. Tucker sat down for his interview March 22nd. He said he wanted to be transparent and set the record straight. But Villander would note some key inconsistencies. For instance, Tucker claimed he had made the phone sex call from home in East Lansing, not in Florida hotel. He had just returned home from a trip to Florida. He said he had been doing charity work unrelated to his employment with the school. Villander, however, obtained documents showing Tucker had in fact been in Naples, Florida the day of the call. How do you not know where you bus off? How do you not know where you bus off, Melvin? An expense report Tucker submitted to Michigan State for his hotel and meal costs showed the trip's purpose was administrative and did not involve any personal travel. It got personal when he was there, though. It got real personal. The costs were paid by the Spartan Fund, the athletic department's fundraising arm. He had flown to Florida on a private jet, on a donor's private plane. Look at this fool. Man. Tucker told Villander he had canceled Tracy's June 25th in training because his new mental conditioning coach, Ben Newman, needed to implement a new program. This was just dumb. I did read this part. But Villander would obtain records from the school showing Newman had been meeting weekly with the team since early June and did not hold any meetings the week of the 15th through the 28th. He didn't even cover his tracks. Dumb. Just dumb. During the interview, Tucker also made an explosive new allegation. He said his associate told him that the renowned ESPN investigative reporter, Paula Levine, was investigating the veracity of the gang rape story at the heart of Tracy's public persona. The information, Tucker said, made him question how Tracy goes about her business. Villander did not address this allegation in a report, but Levine denied the allegation. Neither Tracy's organization nor Tracy is or has been the target of any investigative reporting. Levine said, he didn't think they was going to stick up for each other. Mel, you have no allies here, bro. You have no allies here. I'm perplexed that Mel Tucker would respond to a complaint of sexual harassment by involving me or ESPN. Man, they making you look bad, Tuck. Tucker did not identify any witnesses who could support his version of events. I hope not. I hope nobody was in there when he was slapping stick. Who would be in there when he's slapping stick? It was loud and gross. She could hear every stroke. Who would want to be in that room with him? Including his associate, whom he said he had promised anonymity. The same associate, Tucker said, told him that Alvarado, Tracy's assistant, had been gossiping about his marriage, a claim Alvarado denied. Villander delivered her final 106-page investigation report in July. Along the way, she had learned that one potentially rich source of evidence was missing. Both Tracy and Tucker had deleted their text messages with each other. Tucker would tell her that he deletes his messages regularly because he receives so many. Tracy said she did so in a panic after their last call, feeling she needed to cut all ties with him. Somebody lying there, if not both of them. They can get them text messages, though. If they really want them text messages, they can get them. Ask Kwame Kilpatrick. Per Title IX in school policy, Villander did not issue a finding of fault in her final report, but instead summarized the facts and referred the case for hearing. See, that's where it cooked his goose. If they had said no hearing on the case, he might have had a chance. At the hearing planned for October, both sides will have the opportunity to present evidence and make arguments. Another outside Title IX attorney hired by the school will attend and decide whether the evidence shows that Tucker likely violated school rules. It don't matter. He's done. He's cooked. Why are we still debating this? Why do y'all need to do it? Oh, they need to do an interview to see how much money they gonna have to cough up, because they gonna cough up a bag. They gonna cough up a bag. Played that hard talk when he was talking about the character again. See? Tucker is done all over a bottom shelf bag. Man, he didn't hit them cakes. He didn't hit them cakes, B. Simpson. He didn't hit the cakes. He was in his hotel room in Florida. She was in Oregon. He shot off over the phone, dog. He shot off over the phone. It was loud and gross. And she heard every stroke. Tuck me coming, tuck me coming, tuck me coming, tuck me coming, tuck me coming. No, dog. I can't give Mel too much common sense on this at all. I don't know his IQ, but I have to say that it's probably not very high. Maybe his football IQ is high, but his humanity IQ is gutter ass low. That's what he's doing. He told her he had a hard thing. See, a hard thing, it's in my hand. What you gonna do about it? She's in Oregon. What can she do about it, Mel? What's wrong with you, boy? So, among the witnesses who will be missing from Tracy's witness list is her assistant and her best friend, Alvarado. She died in a car accident in June. Damn. Meanwhile, DeVille argued Alvarado's death presents yet another person that this case should be dismissed. Letters DeVille sent Wiedlinger throughout the case accuse her of bias against Tucker and men more broadly. You know, there could be a whole lot of truth and there could be a whole lot of nothing. Wow. One letter in May contained a list of 170 perceived problems with Wiedlinger's draft report and questions she should have asked Tracy and her witnesses. They included why Tracy had not returned Tucker's gifts he had given her, Venmo username. She had given her his Venmo username, and what opinions she held about Michigan State coach Tom Izzo, former coach Mark D'Antonio, and former president John Engler, all of whom have been associated with past sexual misconduct controversies. A fair process, Beville wrote, would expose Tracy's allegations as nothing more than an agenda-driven attempt to defame respondent and the university. We request that the investigation be reopened, Beville wrote, and each of the questions be asked of the appropriate witnesses, that jurisdiction be reassessed, and that the matter be dismissed. Mel admitted to popping off. Mel admitted it. He did it. Mel admitted it. He popped off, y'all. And the only thing that really matters here is this. The only thing that really matters here is this. This fool just blew $95 million. He was here. Now he's here. You talk about generational wealth. We talk about it all the time. Yeah, absolutely, dog. Absolutely. I mean, you know, and when I looked at her and I looked at a picture of his wife, he's kind of got it tight. I see it. But what I don't see is the fact that he had to do what he had to do on that phone and subject himself. I mean, dog, what are you doing? What's that in your hand, Mel? I'm done with this, man. I'm done with this. I get you, dog. I get you. This fool, he's another kind of fool. He's who we really can't be like out here. I mean, how many people have been caught with their hand in the cookie jar? I mean, he got caught with his hand full of lubricant, but same premise. This fool fucked up the church's money. I mean, he literally did. And I don't know what to say about anybody that's in that mental headspace where he couldn't hold his hormones enough to be able to get to a strip club, to be able to get somewhere and say, look, I mean, come on, man. You're in a position at one of the highest, most visible schools in the country. Probably was about to be on the hot seat. He probably was about to be on the hot seat. Lost all them players. And them players is out doing things at other spots now. So he was probably going to be on the hot seat. I get it. But he won his first couple games, you know, and he was looking like maybe some things could maybe change around. I mean, he was going to get that ass smacked up in October. I think it's like the 21st. He was going to get that ass smacked up then. It's all good. We knew we was going to get at him then. I don't even really want to play him no more now, because every time they get a little jinky ass new coach, that's where we end up losing. That rookie MSU coach always comes in and beats the shit out of us. So I don't like the fact that he got fired. I would have preferred him to be on the sidelines in mid-October. We don't need another new coach coming in the state game and showing his whole ass. Where the game at this year? Is it in Ann Arbor or is it up there? Because if it's up there, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What'd you say, John Henry? Must have let his ego take over. I'm constantly thinking about how not to give up money unnecessarily. Look, man, I'm rolling up on the cashier. If he say 99 cents, I'm putting my hand out for my penny. We need that. $2.98, sir. Okay, here's $3. Give me my money, man. Run me my 2 pennies. Don't play with me. I need all my monies. Give me all my monies. And this fool, he done blew 80 of $95 million. I mean, it seems like you should be able to get things on track with your wife when you got 95 million. Yeah, y'all could be estranged as a motherfucker. Like, look, I just got this $95 million bag, but let's just present well out here at the press conferences, at the bowl games, you know, at Big Ten week, media week. We got to present well. We got to get this 95 million. This is our kids and our grandkids' money. Like I said, she already getting the bag. She a lawyer. She got a job in state. I wonder if she loses her job in Michigan State. She's got a job in Michigan State. Does that cut her off too? Does she lose her money? She might have just got her bag cut off because of Mel. I mean, think about it. She might have just got her bag cut off because of Mel. That's what I'm looking at. Mel might have to come home and tell his wife that she lost her job. What happens when he tells his wife that she lost her job up at MSU too?
Did you say nigga?
What happens, man, when Mel says, baby, Baby, your job is gone too.
Did you say nigga?
I'm just saying, dog. Over sex, motherfucker. You couldn't hold your hormones and go out to the juke joint where they do that stuff for a fee? You dummy. Now you got to go home and tell your wife she lost her job, and she gonna be like,
did you say nigga?
I have no flex on dumbass people. You out here doing the dumbest shit. The dumbest. And if Damon Jacobs is still up in here, your dumbass, Damon, is responsible for this. Your ass is responsible for this. Damn, that bitch set me up. I'm done. I'm done. I don't like doing this anymore. I'm out of here. But before I go, see, you're responsible for some of my foolishness, so you're going to take some of the weight on this too, Damon. You're going to take some. When I saw that shit, I busted out laughing. I was like, oh, I'm bringing that up on it. That bitch set me up. So I just want to play something because I'm going to get out of here after this, man. I'm going to get out of here after this, right? Let me go ahead and cut this music off, man. Right? Because I heard something today. Real shit, man. Real shit. I heard something today that I had no idea that it was true. All right? I had no idea that it was true. I do my digging. I do my digging to find my facts. What I learned today, that phrase, tuck coming, he didn't make that phrase. I thought he made that phrase. He didn't make that phrase. So where we making fun of tuck coming, I thought he actually made that phrase. He must have said it at some point, but I could not find him saying it. But I found out that he didn't make the phrase. Listen to this shit. Listen to this. And then I'm getting out of here.
There's a saying going around that gets people pumped called tuck coming. Well, head coach Mel Tucker was asked about that today, and he joked, I like it, but I honestly don't know where it started.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it's good. I'm not sure what it means. It can't, what does it mean? But I know we got the game scheduled and we got dates on them, and God willing, I'll be there.
No, you won't. Like Tony Montana said in Scarface, bye, Mel.
This revolution is filled with so many ironies, really. First, you tell us that it is manly to keep your word, right? If you are a man, you keep your word. And now all of the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people in the whole world are demanding, is that you keep your word. You told us we were free. Well, then show us that we're free. You told us that there is justice, equality for all in this country. Well, then stick to your word and let us see the justice and equality for all. Or else admit to us that you're not a man, you're a worm, you're afraid of us, you're afraid to give us equal stand. You're afraid that if you give us equal ground, that we will match you and we will override you.
Peace.